Look at it, you know. That's it. Just pass it. There you go, Bruce. Look at this.
Alright. Starting off, we'll go through the law changes, so you'll hear my voice for maybe 10 or so minutes, and then Janelle's, and then we'll interchange until the 47 slides are done. And I just ask that if you do have any questions, to wait until the very end, and you can ask them then, because most likely, after seeing the clips, you will get your answer. Okay, so just write them down, and at the end we can go through some questions. So starting off, law 3, nice and simple. So when the player being substituted receives the referee's permission to leave the field of play, unless already off the field, they must leave by the nearest point on the boundary line, unless the referee indicates they may leave directly and immediately at halfway line or another point. So this is for a couple of reasons: safety and security, and also injury. Okay, so the main reason for this, I guess, amendment or explanation is to stop players who are being substituting wasting time. Okay, it's very common that we see in games that the score is tight, 1-0, 2-1, very late on in the game. A winger will go from the left wing in front of the technical area to the right side. Okay, so it's a great management tool where now we can usher that player off at the nearest boundary line. Okay, and obviously that just saves it assists the game in no delays. If, however, the player does not adhere to your instruction, you will present them with a yellow card. Okay, so it's really, really simple. Please manage the situation and use it accordingly. If the team is losing and the player is walking to halfway, there's no need to caution them for delaying the restart of play instead. Okay, so just ensure that it's all within the spirit of the laws and obviously spirit of the game. But it's quite simple there. Law 5 and Law 12, we're covering off sanctions against team officials. So as Peter mentioned earlier, it was obviously trialled through the NPL structure with yellow and red cards. It's a really, really good tool because dissent on the field and obviously dissent coming from the technical areas needs to stop. And by using yellow and red cards for misconduct by team officials, it assists us. So this will be done throughout the whole FFV structure, so from NPL, State League and Juniors. So please ensure that you're across that and you're aware of that. It's not specific to different leagues. So as I said, the experiment with the yellow and red card for misconduct was successful and revealed many benefits, including helping younger referees deal with difficult adult coaches. Okay, so if the offender cannot be identified, the senior team official, so generally the coach in the technical area, will be the one that's cautioned. So in a couple of moments we'll see a couple of clips where that's visible. But really, really simple. The referee takes action against team officials who fail to act in a responsible manner. Okay. If it's a medical team official who commits a sending off offence, they may remain if the team has no other medical person available, and act if a player needs medical attention. Okay? So obviously the procedure will be you go through an incident report and you still report it accordingly. Alright, quite straightforward. So the steps will be warning, which you can see here, so entering the field of play in a respectful manner, non-confrontational, or failing to cooperate with the match official, so this could be a fourth official or an assistant. Minor to low-level disagreements by words or actions with decisions, or occasionally leaving the confines of the technical area. So this is just a warning, okay? Similar to what you would do on the field of play with players. Cautions, next level up, so what do you do with a caution? Give a yellow card. So clearly, persistently not respecting the confines of the technical area, delaying the restart by their team, deliberately entering the other team's technical area, not in a confrontational manner, because that will escalate, okay? or discerned by words and actions, including throwing or kicking drink bottles or other objects. Okay? Also gestures, so showing a clear lack of respect for match officials. Could be clapping like that, showing cards. It's clearly disrespectful, okay, and needs to be cautioned accordingly. Other ones, entering, this is not relevant, but entering the review area, showing TV signals, but gesturing or acting in provocative or inflammatory manner, okay, persistent, unacceptable behaviour, including repeat warning. So this is similar to persistent infringements, okay. We'll have a look at this clip. So what I want you to do is just watch.
Chiudete direttamente con il fallo laterale. L'arbitro che si dirige verso la panchina dell'Ecuador.
And just watch the manner in which the referee approaches the technical area.
Sull'indicazione del quarto ufficiale dell'Algeria.
The coach is being a peacemaker, which is great to see.
Uno dei portieri di riserva, direi, forse un po' troppo agitato in panchina.
So the ref's gone over there to warn, however the fourth official is instructed in that one of the team officials on the bench
arriva il cartellino
has acted in an inappropriate manner.
Non per un portiere di riserva, ma per un membro dello staff dell'Equador che viene ammonito e questo è la possibilità di ammonire anche i membri dello staff di panchina.
And accepts it. How good is this? How good is that to see a match official willing to accept a caution with his hand behind his back because he knows he does something wrong? Okay? So use this tool. Get the assistance from your fellow officials. Okay? The fourth official there assisted and then persisted to show the caution because in his opinion it was unacceptable. We talked about, Peter spoke about unity and respect, quite evident here, from the team official and obviously from the referee team. Continuing on, we're going to cover off sending offs. So some funny clips coming up. So with sending off offences, nice and simple, delaying the restart of play by the opposing team, holding onto the ball, kicking the ball away, or obstructing the movement of a player. Also deliberately leaving the technical area to show dissent towards or remonstrate with a match official, or act in a provocative or inflammatory manner. Okay? Entering the opposing technical area in an aggressive or confrontational manner is dealt with as sending off offence. Okay? Deliberately throwing or kicking objects. So we have to distinguish what we believe is forcible and obviously what is a sending off. Okay. Continues, we're going to skip the VAR. Receiving second cautions, which is the same. Physical or aggressive behaviour, spitting or biting, not tolerated at all, towards anyone. Okay? Absolutely anyone. Using offensive or insulting abusive language or gestures, which we all know is not acceptable in our game. Using unauthorised electronic communications or behaving in an inappropriate manner as a result of using that equipment and violent conduct. Okay. So next clip, we really want you to watch two or three things here. The decision is excellent. The way that the referee manages the incident, and also the way that he interacts with the technical area. I'm only going to show this once, so I want you to pay attention to the referee, then flip your eyes over to the technical area, then back to the referee, and then all the way through, okay? Now watch the technical area. Referee's already got the card out, so it's excellent there. Watching the technical area. Now the referee is still managing the area. He's not left that to go deal with the benches just yet. Because he knows it's still quite heated in the 90th minute with the scores being so tight. Okay? So he's managing the player because it's important that we are looking after players. And then he's found the moment, probably because he's said something they shouldn't, and then he's clapped. It's an excellent display of how to manage. I don't think anyone disagrees with the way that that was dealt with. Okay? So, really straightforward. The sarcastic clapping is already a yellow card because I've mentioned that previously. The coach was on the field of play and acting quite outrageously. It's a no-brainer. Okay? No one should see that any differently. Are we in agreement? Yep, awesome. Next one, these are the funny ones. You got the ball, yeah? Clean tackle. If you haven't seen it, I'll give you a chance to watch the replay.
Claro, evidentemente se estaba pelota de contra una juego, lo que no puede hacer es de la barrera es tocar.
So what did we see there? You got the ball, right? It's totally fine. It's all good. Has to go. We said it's sending off the fence. Okay? Another one. Look, oh, I've got the ball, Ref. Good, man. I've got the ball. Oh, no, I made a mistake. Yeah, I've got to go. I want you to watch the assistant referee, okay? And almost anticipates the tackle. Regardless if we got ball or not. In a game, we're not going to give that a free kick if two players are going for the ball, right? Never a free kick. However, if anyone from the coaching staff does that to an opposing team, or even to his team, if he really wants to, must go. Okay? My favourite we don't need to hear the commentary. I think his reaction says it all, right? How many of you wouldn't send him off at this stage? How many of you would? Everyone, right? Imagine someone being in your face like this. It's intimidating. Red card. Thank you, Dave. Here we go. One of these ones. Yeah? So, watch it all the way through because he's not finished. He's obviously frustrated. That's fine. But the manner in which he conducts himself is totally inappropriate. I don't think even... Yeah, okay, so the red card hasn't been shown. But he's already off. He's already kicked something. It's unacceptable. That's unacceptable as well. Alright? So, do we want to see him kick the advertisement board?
Yes, absolutely.
Great management there by the referee. Okay? He's already going over to do something he doesn't need the players. Again, unity, teamwork. Fourth official. Okay, shows him and then, oh, I'll just kick that. Okay? You just put that in an incident report. Alright? Nice and easy. Alright, I'm passing over to Janelle.
So following Andrew, we're going on to Law 5 and we're covering injured player. So an injured player may not be treated on the field of play and may only re-enter after play has restarted. If a penalty kick is awarded, the injured player will be the if the injured player is going to be the kicker, they don't have to leave the field of play and they can take the kick after short medical attention. This is because it's unfair if the team's kicker needs assistance and treatment and has to leave the field of play, and they are their normal penalty taker. So yeah, that's why that law has been implemented. Law 8, coin toss procedure. So there is a new procedure with the coin toss. So the team that wins the toss of the coin decides which goal to attack in the first half, or they can choose to take the kick-off now. So it's not just they have the choice of which way they want to go, they have the option of both. It's due to make the game more dynamic with the kick-off. For example, a goal can be scored directly from kick-off. So captains winning the toss can take the kick-off now. So they've just changed that a little bit, and obviously in the second half the teams will change, they'll change sides. Whoever took the kick-off in the first half won't obviously take the kick-off in the second half. Law 8, drop ball. So the drop ball is for the defending team goalkeeper in their penalty area if when play was stopped, the ball was in the penalty area or the last touch of the ball was in the penalty area. In all other cases, the referee drops the ball for one of the players that last touched the ball at the position where he last touched the player, an outside agent, or as outlined in Law 9.1, a match official. All other players of both teams must remain at least 4 metres, 4.5 yards from the ball until it is in play. I think that one is pretty simple. And just continuing from drop ball in Law 9, the ball is out of play when it touches a match official and remains on the field of play. When a team starts a promising attack, or the ball goes directly into the goal, or the team in possession of the ball changes. In all these cases, play is restarted with the drop ball. The current drop ball procedure often leads to a manufactured restart, which is exploited unfairly. This is when kicking the ball out for a throw-in in the opponent's half, or an aggressive confrontation. Returning the ball to the team that last played it, who had possession, restores what was lost when play was stopped, except in the penalty area where it is simpler to return the ball to the goalkeeper, just to prevent the team gaining an unfair advantage. All players of both teams, except the player receiving the ball, must be 4 metres away. So we have a video just getting the water. So with these new laws, plays should have been stopped because the ball touched the referee and it remained on the field of play, and the team that had possession of the ball changed. Play should be restarted with the drop ball at the position where the ball last touched the match officials. Yeah, we'll move on to the next video.
Every game live, starting on Sunday across the Sky Sports Football Channel. That's why he's such an exciting talent. Gives Wales a good chance now to hopefully get a good delivery in the box.
Again, in that instance, the play should have been stopped because the ball touched the referee, and the possession changed straight over, so it should have been restarted with the drop ball where the referee got hit.
Entra uomo on the other side. Se la squadra che è in possesso perde il possesso di palla, l'arbitro ritorna sulla propria decisione e restituisce la palla in questo campo.
Again, this is just the same, and you can see the referee has just stopped the play there because he has been hit with the ball. So he's just following on with the new rules.
Getting with it, play on.
Whichever league we're refereeing in. So this referee, as soon as the ball hit him, even though it was a good through ball, he should have stopped the game and restarted the drop ball where he got hit. And I'll give you back to Andrew.
Alright, so Law 12, one of the amendments here, we've got the goalkeeper handling the ball, so it's just a bit of clarity. So goalkeepers cannot handle the ball in the penalty area from a deliberate kick, throw-in from a teammate, or having released the ball from their hands. If they do so, it is an indirect free kick. Okay, this is but this is and in any other illegal handling does not incur in any disciplinary sanction. Okay, even if it stops a promising attack. Okay, or denies an obvious goal scoring opportunity. So, explanation behind this: goalkeepers cannot handle the ball in the penalty area. They can, but not from a deliberate kick or throw. Okay, from a teammate. So, going back on, if there's a back pass to the keeper and he goes back to tap it over the glove because he doesn't want it to go in, you will award A. From where?
Edge of the goal area.
Excellent. Are we going to caution him? We're going in. No. 6 players have run up to you. They said, oh, it's going in, Rick. It's a goal. No? We don't downgrade red from yellow? No? Okay, excellent. Cool. Easy. Alright. Yeah, so the indirect free kick has already answered pretty much this question for us. So the inclusion of the arm is consistent with any other parts of the law related to handling the ball. Okay, so when the goalkeeper clearly kicks or tries to kick the ball into a player, this shows no intention to handle the ball. So if the clearance attempt is unsuccessful, the goalkeeper can then handle the ball. Okay, so this is the only exception to that. So Janelle's my short goalkeeper. I pass it back to her. She goes to clear it, but bobbles up and she catches it. What are we doing? Sorry? Cool. Easy. We're going to see some clips that will clarify that for us. But it's really straightforward. I don't think that needs any clarification. But it's good to see it, right? Because this is where, on the field of play, we're going to need to practice it. And the only way we're going to be able to practice it is practical training or in games. It's funny, right? Because we see people make mistakes and we think, oh, you're punishment. But it's quite straightforward. The back pass is there. Goalkeeper genuinely attempts to kick the ball, miskicks it off the post or whatever, it doesn't matter. And it goes into the attacking team will try and get one over you and say, oh, it's a penalty, it's an indirect free kick. They don't know what it is. But it's up to us to enforce the laws correctly. Okay? So try and avoid confrontational situations like this by a simple gesture of play on. Okay? And it avoids players surrounding you. Same thing, kicks it back. Might not be going into goals, it doesn't matter. Miss kicks it and grabs it. Look at the players demonstrating now, but the referee's giving this signal, nah, let's go, let's play. And the goalkeeper's smart, because he releases the ball. Okay, he releases the ball, which then means the players will have to react to that. But it also helps that the referee was active in showing some sort of way that it was play on. If he or she flicks it up and catches it, the decision will be different. Okay? But we have to understand that this is a clear attempt to clear the ball, an obvious attempt to clear the ball, and it is not a trick. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Alright. This is my favourite one. Alright, quick free kicks. This is really cool. So once the referee has decided to caution or send off a play must not be restarted until the sanction has been administered, unless the non-offending team takes a quick free kick, has a clear goal scoring opportunity, and the referee has not started the disciplinary sanction procedure. The sanction is then administered at the next stoppage if the offence was denying the opposing team a goal scoring opportunity. Then it is a caution. Okay? And I'll explain that in the next clip. So the explanation is, occasionally an attack is stopped by a cautionable or sending off offence. Okay? The attacking team then chooses to take a quick free kick, which restores that lost attack. Does that make sense? It is clearly unfair if this new attack is stopped just so we can issue a yellow or red card. Okay? However, if the referee has distracted the offending or defending team by starting the procedure, so does that mean starting the procedure? Cool. That means definitely starting it, right? So we have to be aware that by delaying for that split moment to see if there is a clear goal scoring opportunity or attack and play and the team would like to take a quick free kick, we must allow them. Okay? We must allow them that opportunity. Now, for a dogso offence, the player will be cautioned and not sent off for the obvious reason that it is no longer denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. Okay? Let's watch the clips because this will give you some clarity if you're unsure. How good's that? So we're going to watch it again. There's probably one foul there. The player keeps his feet. Yeah. There's another foul. So the ref gives it, which is excellent. Okay? So we're identifying what the infringement is. In your opinion, is that reckless or stopping a promising attack?
Stopping a promising attack.
If it was reckless, and they take the quick free kick, which is fine, you're going to go back and caution them, correct?
Yeah.
Because it's reckless. That needs to be clear. Stopping a promising attack and dogso, totally different. But in this situation, the referee applies an excellent advantage. Okay? No one can say anything there. It is neither unfair for the defending team because the restart was correct, the ball was stationary, the ball was played quickly from the correct spot. Okay? Absolutely no problems. No one can have any problems there. Play on the offside as well. Really straightforward. Law 12 also covers verbal offences. All verbal offences are penalised with an indirect free kick. Confirmation of the different restarts for physical offences, and that all verbal offences. So even if it's directed at a match official, it's still penalised with an indirect free kick. Okay. I think that's really straightforward. Nothing. It's not physical. It's generally going to be indirect. Okay, especially with verbal offences. Dissent is going to be verbal, yeah. So just be smart in the way that you obviously go ahead with cautioning or sending off players in those situations. Pick and choose your moments. Okay? It's a lot easier to send off or to caution someone for verbal offences if the ball is already out of play, isn't it? So pick and choose your moments. It's hard to say, well, he swore at me here, so we're going to give an indirect free kick. Okay? Whereas you can wait till the next stoppage if you feel comfortable enough. Okay? Finish this off.
So, following Law 12, we're talking about kicking an object at an opponent now. So if a player who is on or off the field of play throws or kicks an object other than the match ball at an opposition player who throws or kicks an object, including a ball, at an opposing substituted or central player, team official or match official, or the match ball, plays restarted with a direct free kick from the position where the object struck or would have struck the person or the ball. If this position is off the field of play, the free kick is taken on the nearest point on the boundary line. A penalty kick is awarded if this is within the offender's penalty area. So kicking an object at someone or the ball is punished the same as throwing an object, essentially. Law 13, indirect free kick signal. So the referee indicates an indirect free kick by raising the arm above the head. This signal is maintained until the kick has been taken and the ball touches another player, goes out of play, or it is clear that a goal cannot be scored directly. An indirect free kick must be retaken if the referee fails to signal that the kick is indirect and the ball is kicked directly into the goal. Many indirect free kicks are too far from the opponent's goal for a goal to be scored directly. Example, for an offside. In these cases, the referee only needs to maintain the signal until the kick is taken, because running when showing the signal is not easy. Could you imagine running from the 18-yard box all the way to the other 18-yard box with your hand up? I know I certainly wouldn't do it, and I don't referee much. I'm more of an assistant referee, and just keeping that flag up sometimes is quite annoying. It is sometimes, when it takes too long and you're just standing there with your flag up. So many indirect free kicks are too far from the opponent's goal, obviously, which I just said, for offside. And yeah, so they just have to maintain the signal until the kick has been taken. Defensive wall at free kicks. So where three or more defending team players form a wall, all attacking team players must remain at least 1 metre or 1 yard from the wall until the ball is in play. If, when a free kick is taken, an attacking team player is less than 1 yard from the wall, formed by 3 or more defending team players, an indirect free kick is awarded. So essentially, if Andrew and I are standing together, we can have an opposing player next to us, but if Luke came into the wall and same as Michael, then they have to be 1 metre away from each other. Yeah, just be careful that people aren't just, oh yeah, there's just 2 of us, we're having an opponent here, and then one of our teammates kick on, so another one comes, and there's 3, and then as soon as that opposing player moves away, your teammate moves away as well. So you can just be a little bit aware of that, because you don't want to be just standing there for 2 to 3 minutes constantly. Oh no, wait, you have to be a metre away. They move, then you go back and just be vigilant on your time.
So just manage this. In the next clip, you're going to see free kicks where, for example, 2 or 3. If those who have sprayed, mark it out. There's the wall. There's where you can stand. Now, a metre can be in front. It can be to the side of the wall. It could be behind the wall. Okay. The attacking team has the prerogative to do whatever they want in regards to that. However, they cannot be touching the wall or in the wall. What constitutes a wall? We said 3 people, but what else constitutes a wall? Could I have one person here, a space, and then the next person here, and then a space, and then... broken walls, that doesn't work, right? So they need to be, if a team goes out to spread their wall, no problems, but an attacking player can go in between those spots. So really, teams or players, coaches will try and get away with this one, and they might run across the wall. So just make sure that we're aware of it. As a team, pick up on those little things that they do to avoid them getting an advantage unlawfully. Okay? So you can see here with 3, there's 4 in the wall, 1 next to them, not allowed, 2 behind, obviously is all good.
We've got other laws.
Yeah.
Any changes?
Happy with that? Yeah, cool.
Pubblicato tra qualche mese a ottobre la sede.
Now, another excellent clip with referee, watch how he reacts to the changing of how many people are in the wall, okay? So he puts the spray down. You can see the defensive wall being set up. There's 3 at the moment, which means no attacking player can be within 1 metre. Now he's managing a different area, but he's still aware, because he hasn't restarted play, he's still aware of what the next, or what the attacking team is trying to do. Now obviously having, refereeing with the Koreans, or Japanese would be quite easy, because they'll nod their head and they'll get into position. But you may have difficulties with some clubs and some teams, certain players, who will not listen to you. So be proactive. Be really proactive, and there you can see it. It's just signal, that's a meter. Pretty much for anyone, that's going to be a meter. Okay? So just be switched on to that. Even if you're managing something else where the drop zone is, the game won't restart without your whistle. So you still have the opportunity to go back and manage that ball if you need to. Alright?
So, along with Law 13, we're talking about free kicks in the penalty area. So if a defending team takes a free kick in their own penalty area, the ball is in play once it is kicked and clearly moved. It does not have to leave the penalty area. Opponents must remain outside the penalty area and at least 9.15 metres away until the ball is in play. So this is where, as a defending team, free kick in the penalty area, the ball is in play obviously once it is kicked and does not have to leave the penalty area. This has produced a faster and more constructive restart. Opponents must remain outside the penalty area and at least 9.15 metres away until the ball is in play. And the same change has been made to the goal kick in Law 16. We'll just see a quick video on it. So obviously at a free kick, the ball must be stationary and kicker must not touch the ball again until it's touched another player. It is in play when the ball is kicked and clearly moved, we all know that. Until the ball is in play, all opponents must remain at least 10 yards from the ball, unless they are on their own goal line between the goal posts or outside the penalty area for free kicks inside the opponent's penalty area.
So there's a couple of, you probably see this in international games, EPL, A-League, W-League. Teams will press, okay? So teams will press in a certain manner. They might want to press a certain side, a certain defender. Again, as a referee team, we need to be aware of it. For those who are refereeing by themselves, with no assistant referees, your positioning will change. So gone are the days where you probably are, I think it might be a short player, so I'll just stand still 20 metres away from the penalty area. You might need to get a different angle to see if there is an encroachment. Okay? If you do have assistance, then obviously it's a lot more helpful, because in this situation where it's a free kick, the assistant referee will go where? In line with who?
The attacking.
Sorry? In line with who? There's a free kick inside the penalty area, the ball is down. Where will the assistant referee go?
The ball.
Second last, was it? Sorry, I can't hear. Second last defender? Cool. Awesome. So you're going in line with the second last defender. If that second last defender is inside the penalty area and play is restarted, how are you going to signal to the referee that it was an incorrect restart? Or they encroached? Raising the flag? Cool. It's really simple. It's not complicated. Same with goal kicks. There's no trick question to it. It's just about being proactive to avoid that. Teams will try and press, you know, so we need to be switched on to it, because as a result of us not being switched on and a team is encroaching, they get a metre or two, they either get the ball and score a goal, then you've got to deal with that, or there's a potential dog zone. So you're all of a sudden created a key match decision by not being switched on or not being aware. So goalkeeper free kick, this isn't going to work because you're not going to know what's going on. So just make sure you have your front or your face to play, getting in position. It will help you in situations. Teams will want to take it quickly. It's the curriculum now. A lot of football is being played, bang, play. If someone's running outside of the penalty area, it's not an issue because they're not interfering. Okay? If they're inside the penalty area but they're running out, we don't need to stop play. We let the game flow. But if they're being smart or coy and they're like this, and they press as soon as the ball is played, protect yourselves.
So law 13, free kick in the penalty area, just following on what Andrew was saying. If when a free kick is taken by the defending team inside its penalty area, any opponents are inside the penalty area because they did not have time to leave, the referee allows the play to continue. If an opponent who is in the penalty area when the free kick is taken or enters the penalty area before the ball is in play, touches or challenges the ball before it is in play, the free kick is retaken. So it's just a confirmation of the restart for the above situation and exactly what Andrew just went through. Law 14, goalkeeper's movement at a PK. So the defending goalkeepers must remain on the goal line, facing the kicker between the goalposts without touching the goalpost, crossbar or goal net until the ball has been kicked. When the ball is kicked, the defending goalkeeper must have at least part of 1 foot touching or in line with the goal line. So the referee must not signal for the penalty kick to be taken if the goalkeeper is touching the goalpost, crossbars or net, or if they are moving. For example, when the goalkeeper has obviously kicked, shaken, sometimes they punch the goalpost. I don't know, it must just be a superstition thing, but yeah, so the referee cannot signal until everything is in order, which I think we all know. Goalkeepers are not permitted to stand in front of or behind the line, allowing the goalkeeper to have only 1 foot touching the goal line, or if jumping in line with the goal line when the penalty kick is taken. It is a more practical approach as it is easier to identify if both feet are not on the line. As the kicker can stutter in a run, it is reasonable that a goalkeeper can take 1 step in anticipation of the kick. So obviously 1 step, it's not a big deal, but if this is the goal line and I've taken 2-3 steps, that's probably, I don't know, with my steps maybe a metre and a bit. You might be different, but I've got quite small legs, so Obviously that is not okay, and the referee has to step in there. And if the referee can't see that, I don't know why, they should though, and you have assistant referees if you're lucky, then obviously the assistant referee can help out there. So just watch a few videos.
Propriete. Ora una grande giocata di americani. Adesso sul dischetto ci va a medal gun. Contro Yusuf Koita. Non over, indicazione dell'arbitro. Fischia Vincic.
Great management by the referee. Right? Again, being proactive.
Vediamo il tentativo di Alcanti. Abbiamo tongolato il pallone. Unità domina l'angolo.
The ball's kicked. Oh. Sorry, wrong clip. My bad. So it's good proactiveness by the referee there to obviously avoid it, but in this situation, the ball needs to be kicked, so the ball needs to be played, it needs to move, and then the goalkeeper can make the movement. So obviously there's instruction there from the assistant. You'll get these clips and they'll be online, so it's just one of those situations, be proactive to avoid it, and then obviously if the decision needs to be made, you've got your assistant, okay, teamwork.
So just following on from that, we'll go to ball 15, which is throw-ins. So all opponents must stand at least 2 meters or 2 yards from the point on the touchline where the throw-in is to be taken. This covers situations where a player takes a throw-in some distance from the touchline. So you just want them to be within that 2 meter, 2 yard range, which I think most of us already do. Goal kick ball 16. So if a defending team takes a goal kick, the ball is in play once it is kicked and clearly moved and does not have to leave the penalty area. Opponents must remain outside the penalty area until the ball is in play. So this is just sort of following on from what we were saying before. It reduces time as we want to just keep playing the game. We don't want the games stop and start and stop and start. Yeah, we want to get the players just playing as much as we obviously can, because I know I personally don't like it as a referee or assistant referee when the game is constantly stop, start, stop, start. I just want it to be played because I love the game and I enjoy that. But so we'll just quickly watch this clip.
Quick restart, nice and easy.
Pretty simple. So our last slide is obviously again with goal kick. So if when a goal kick is taken, any opponents are inside the penalty area because they did not have time to leave, the referee allows play to continue. If an opponent who is in the penalty area when the goal kick is taken or enters the penalty area before the ball is in play, touches or challenges the ball before it is in play, the goal kick is retaken. So it's nothing new to the other slides.
Yeah, awesome. We've got 30 seconds, so maybe one question or no questions. It's pretty clear, right? It's pretty straightforward. Take one question. One question. Sorry, just stand up, introduce yourself, how long have you been refereeing? Name, branch.
Phil Parker, Central Branch. This is my 3rd year. If a free kick is awarded in the penalty area, and it's taken hypothetically a metre inside. I thought I heard that the defenders need to be 9 metres from the free kick. So they don't just need to be outside of the box, they need to be at least 9 metres. It's only if it's a goal kick that they need to be.
Correct.
Okay.
Always standard 9.15 or 10 yards. Tactics, yeah, not
Attack, yes, sorry, the attack.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just one last thing. Can we just acknowledge someone that's just rocked up late? Pete Jaworski, congratulations on your NYL grand final. He got off the flight at 8:30 this morning and he's here by, I think he was rocked up about 10 o'clock. So excellent commitment, well done.
All right, guys, thank you.